What is today, Noranza? I myself has my own aspire, my own dreams. I want to progress in life, okay? But when you have a special child, okay, you have to forgo.
I also intended to go back to work, but at the very beginning, I was staying at home, just full time with him, just to trying to see whether he can do any improvements, like teaching him more.
I love my mother because my mother spent time with me and read books for me on night time and on the morning. Right, Mama?
They are no ordinary children. They are children with special needs. Some are autistic, some are with physical disabilities, while some suffer from both. About 1 in 166 children born in Singapore fall into this category. Many of them would face a bleak future if not for the special care and education program pioneered by this doctor. As a pediatrician for more than 30 years, Dr. Kenneth Lyen has a soft spot for children and a keen interest in their needs, particularly the special ones. Besides being known as an expert in pediatric medicine, Dr. Lyen is also a pioneer in the development of education for children with special needs.
25 years ago, where I was at the National University, and I saw so many children with special needs, I felt very frustrated. I couldn't do more about it. And so I was very determined to start programs that could cater for as many of these children as I could. It was this driving force that made me want to do open schools, to provide new programs for them.
Before the 1980s, the diagnosis for autism in Singapore was outdated. Most of the practitioners used Leo Kenner's 1943 definition. Kenner believed that children had to have social interaction problems, communication difficulties, and repetitive stereotypic behaviors before they could be diagnosed as autistic.
They automatically excluded the vast majority of autistic children from the definition, and they weren't aware that things have changed in Europe and America, that the definition had gradually relaxed. And I think that's why the delay in awareness in Singapore.
This delay prompted Dr. Lyen to come up with programs to help these children.
The programs were largely based on the structured teaching and the behavioral applications developed in the United States. And this involved very intensive one-on-one behavioral modification. This seems to be the most effective, and therefore I thought that we should try to achieve this.
Dr. Kenneth Lyen's plan was to focus on early intervention and education for children with multiple disabilities. Since there was no such program offered in Singapore at that time, his idea was considered groundbreaking. But a stronger pillar was needed to support this big project, and so he turned to the community chest for financial assistance, which he was later granted. Within a year, Dr. Lyen founded the Margaret Drive School. The school opened its doors in 1986 and took in some 150 children. Despite the generous support he received from the community chest, there were still many challenges that money alone could not solve.
We had to start from virtually nothing. We had no teachers, we had no therapists, speech therapists, occupational therapists, etc. And we had to really try to recruit people. Sometimes we had to get them from overseas in order to get the program going. And then we had to train our teachers. So we had to develop an in-house training. So this was the great difficulty. Ours was very different because of the degree of intensity of the program. We had virtually one-on-one, one teacher to one student. We also had a very holistic approach. Each child has its own individualized educational program.
The Margaret Drive School has since changed the lives of many children with special needs, including those who suffer a complex combination of intellectual disability, like autism, and physical disabilities like deafness or blindness.
I have seen children here who could not actually lift up the head. But after physiotherapy, the child could lift up the head. And you know something? When a child or when any person could lift up the head, the whole world has expanded. As compared to when his head was down, his whole world was just like that.
The school was so successful that it became autonomous after 5 years. And to meet increasing demand, a second school was set up in 1995 and is now located in Yishun, north of Singapore. Both campuses operate under the umbrella of Rainbow Centre, a registered charity established by Dr. Lyen. Today, both schools are taking care of 1,200 children. And they're not the only ones being helped.
When parents first hear of the diagnosis of their child having a disability, they respond by denying it, or they can break down and cry, and that's extremely sad and very touching.
In view of the fact that the parents of these children often face tough challenges as caregivers, the Rainbow Centre has adopted a holistic approach to help them cope with the pressures.
Initially, you will feel like, why it happened to me? But then again, you have to learn how to see life broadly, okay, and accept the situation. We still serve as a parent. That is our main purpose, regardless of who they are.
When he entered the school, he actually learned a lot. Even for myself, I also learned a lot how to explain to him in the way, that he can understand me.
When the children go home, they still need to have some sort of training at home. So we train the parents to be able to continue what we do at school. So this training is carried on at home. The university canteen.
Over the years, such a training process has seen successes, such as Justin Kwa. At the age of 4, Justin was diagnosed by Dr. Lyen to have an autism spectrum disorder. Then, he spoke in single words only.
I still have got to go and keep on going.
Dr. Lyen was very, just one consultation, he could actually tell me the word autistic. At that time, when I heard about autism, I don't even know what is autism.
Justin was transferred to a mainstream school after attending the Margaret Drive School. Now, this 23-year-old final year science student at Murdoch University is living independently in Perth, Western Australia.
We thought we got to take care of him for the rest of his life, and apparently it's not the case.
The reason why we set up special education was in order to maximize a person's potential, and Justin really far exceeded our expectations.
Even in the best of cases, there is still no respite from this medical condition. It will take a lot of understanding from people all around to help adults with special needs like Justin to integrate into society.
On and off, it will be a problem because people tend to misunderstand him because the choice of word and the mannerisms are quite different.
Success cases like Justin are few. For those with severe disabilities, the lifelong challenges that are ahead of them and their parents will be exceptionally daunting.
My concern is that what will she be at the age after she leaves school? After 18, it's a big question mark.
55 cents is more than 45 cents.
I would hope that after when he reached 18 years old, when he finished the school, he can be like a normal people, to be an independent person.
This is why Dr. Lyen has set his sights on finding a solution for lifelong care, a cause he passionately believes in.
What we need to do is to continue the dialogue with the various ministries and with the public to have a coordinated program looking at the lifespan of an autistic person and to be able to institute programs that would take them all the way up to old age. I think that is my future vision.
In 1997, the Singapore government conferred the Public Service Medal to Dr. Lyen for his work with children with special needs, including the founding of Rainbow Centre. This award vindicates his position as a leading figure in this field. Despite the thousands of cases that Dr. Lyen has seen, he's still very much in touch with his heart.
It is always very sad to see a disabled child in a family, and I think it's something that we can never grow out of.